So for Hunt, we used a new test, taking a liquid biopsy or the fluid from the front of his eye in order to determine if there was tumor in there. Hunt was the first patient that we used this clinical test on. So I had done research on this test, we had a bunch of research, but moving a test from the laboratory or the research laboratory to a clinical space where it's a clinical test so that it can be used to help make decisions for clinical care is a whole new ballgame. And it also means that I don't run the test. It's no longer in my lab, it's being run by people in the clinical lab. And it was terrifying for me as a provider to not be able to see inside Hunt's eye, and then for the first time to use this test, which I prayed was going to be negative, and have it come out positive. Positive meaning they detected tumor in the liquid biopsy. And to say as a family and as a provider for Hunt, can we take this leap of faith together, and can we remove Hunt's eye?
The doctor recommended his eye removal and enucleation. And that had been something that we had hoped would never happen, yet alone have the doctor suggested or recommend it.
We immediately thought about his vision.
So an enucleation is surgical removal of the eye. It means that the whole eyeball, which really is a ball or a sphere, is removed intact. And in the setting of retinoblastoma, the goal is to remove the entire tumor in that intact eyeball so that there is no risk of that tumor spreading to other parts of the body. The treatment for a child that has retinoblastoma in other parts of the body is much different. And again, depending on where that tumor can be, it can be very difficult to treat. It changes the prognosis for the child's life if tumor is outside the eye.
I remember we took him in, and as a mom, I didn't want to get to the hospital. I was taking my boy with 2 eyes, and on our route home, he would have 1.
Yeah, most feel like they failed or they didn't do enough or the doctor didn't do enough. And frankly, unfortunately, even in the US, there are kids who die of retinoblastoma because the treating physician spent too much time trying to save the eye. Had we waited longer with Hunt's eye, that tumor could have gotten out, right? I mean, it was pretty close.
The doctor, I remember asking her, can you check to see if he still needs the enucleation? She said, yes, that's part of our protocol. And I was so hopeful. She came back into this room and said, okay, and I'm thinking, this is it. She's gonna tell us something happened, a miracle happened. And she tells us, she's like, his eye is worse and we need to remove it. And I remember my husband and I asked her, would you do it if this was your son or daughter? And she said, absolutely.
The thought of not having an eye, the possible bullying, the teasing, the things he was gonna face that many of us will never ever face. And as a uncle, as a man that loves this little boy with all his heart, it's tough to accept that.
God gave me this perspective of, yes, I'm allowing the eye to come out, but I'm giving you his life. And there was this sense of peace in that hospital room that was, only God could give that. And we said, okay, let's do it.
Okay, this is Sonia and I. This is the consultation room. We've been in here many times, not very glamorous, but we're waiting for the doctor to come and tell us what's gonna happen. His eye has not been removed as of yet. So, this is all right, we just spoke with by the way, thank you for all your messages and everything. Sonia and I appreciate it. We've been sitting in this waiting room. That's the last one there. We've been sitting here, feels like for 6 years. Mm-hmm. We just spoke with Dr. Berry, who is I believe, the #1 doctor of retinoblastoma in the world. And her words were, we took out his eye and we saved his life. We hugged her and we took a picture, and Sonia and I, we were grateful that that we did this.
They called us to go see him, and I went in first. And I saw the bandage on his eye.
That was very, I don't wish that on anybody, that was tough. That was tough.
And I thought underneath that bandage, there's no eye. We drove home, and Hunt was in great spirits. That's what I learned from him. I want to be more like him. When the hard time comes, he always found a way to feel joy. I remember the first time we took off his bandage. He was bruised up, and my little boy didn't have his eye.
No, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. I'm doing it slowly. I'm doing it slowly, baby. Slowly. That's it, baby, that's it, you see?
Honey, you look wonderful, you're handsome. We had to reinforce him that he was still good looking. And we would catch himself sometimes looking in the mirror, and he would tell us, "Turn off the lights, Mom." I said, "Why?" He's like, "I don't want to see myself."
I would turn the lights low, right, so I wouldn't see. Putting in his prosthetic and cleaning it was, it's you shouldn't do that to a 7-year-old.